So I work step 2 with my sponsee, and I usually make these videos when I do something like that. Like if I work a step, or if I work a step with my sponsee. And a friend reach out to me, and my heart goes out to them. So I needed to work that step, like not just for working it with my sponsee, but for myself. Like those questions, I needed a refresher, and it's amazing how that happens. It's a refresher, like for me to read those questions and for us to talk about them and to go over them. Because step 2 is about, coming to believe that a power greater than us, than ourselves, can restore us to sanity. Could restore us to sanity. And I decided after I took him back to his place that I would take the long way home. And I thought about like how many times I, would get loaded and just drive, to kind of like not be in any, like just not be still. And I would make these weird turns so people weren't looking at me and stuff. And today is not one of those days where I feel like that. It's just remembering what that was like, and trusting in a power greater than myself, like in all areas of my life. The insanity is what that step focuses on, the chaos and all that stuff. And it was really good, because like I had been struggling with some things, maybe not plural. And I saw my disease running rampant in my life. I couldn't sleep. All of that was going on. And being selfish, really. Like, this person is really struggling. And I'm sitting here, searching. And so it's weird how it just like changed up on me from love to compassion. And God's works that way. God will provide me with a person that I think is one thing and it's actually another. That's weird, a sign that says God bless. So yeah, I'm feeling a certain way. I love how we say that in the rooms. I'm feeling a certain way. It's like we're not really saying anything, are we? I'm feeling sad, and I'm feeling heartbroken, and not in the kind of way that like somebody broke my heart. My heart breaks for somebody, and it just hurts my heart. Like I want to be able to take the pain away from people, the people close to me, and I can't, because our journey is our journey. It's like our journey, and we have to go through it. Like if anybody would have intervened and taken my pain away, I don't think I'd be better. I know I wouldn't be. Like, if anybody lifted me up, then I wouldn't have leaned on God as much as I have over this last year and a half. Like I'm doing right now. And in one sense, I was able to sit there and go over things with my sponsee and work that. And my sponsee and I have like such a good relationship right now. It's amazing. And it's just getting better as we continue to do this stuff together, And on another hand, there's one person out there that I really want to help, and I can't because they have to go through their journey. And that's okay. Sucks, but it's okay. So I'm feeling those kind of ways. But also, I don't feel confused anymore. And I don't feel less than anymore. And I feel I don't feel unloved either. And so I do love this program because it gives me this ability to be there for people. It gives me this ability to be there for myself. Like this whole week I've been like grinding and writing, and I went to a meeting yesterday. I shared this earlier today. I went to a meeting in Dallas and just kind of unloaded. And that was good. And I'm able to surrender and accept. And there's some things that are coming up that I know are going to happen. I'm probably going to have to move, which is a good thing. And I can see the mountaintop. You know how if you've ever hiked, you go through this journey of going through like the brush and the ruts and all this shit, and then you start looking and you see like a sign that or you see the tip of where you're about to go, and like you see some hope. And I think I see it. I feel like my life is going to change in the right direction. I had this overwhelming feeling about it this morning. I don't feel confused. And I think I was really confused this last week. And so I don't have to be exhausted by that anymore, which is good. And I feel good for helping out my sponsee, but I also have some clarity. There's some questions that were answered in this that and they weren't like questions that I didn't already know the answer to. It's just a reminder, as we do things, like if you're perfecting your craft, whatever it is, you need reminders. Like in my line of work, I need reminders of like sales techniques and closing techniques, and You know, those kind of things. Reminders. I've been doing it for 16 years. I've been in sales for 25. And I still need reminders. And this was the same thing. I need reminders of connecting with my higher power and what that looks like. And so I guess I'm exhausted, but enlightened at the same time. I don't know if that even makes sense. I'm sad, but I'm also happy. And I'm not depressed or anxious like I was. I was pretty depressed and anxious. And I don't know, I'm like all kinds of things. Tired, but not. Weary. When we're tired and weary, it is when we go to God. That's when it's most important. I've learned that. Like, it's so important when I'm tired, beat down, and weary that I lean on God. And for you, it may be a higher power, whatever that looks like. Because I know that when I do that, I'm fighting through the storm. And that's what we're supposed to do. Like, the storm, we can try to escape the storm by going around it. We never really get around it. I would use drugs and alcohol to get around it. Sex and food and whatever else to get around it. But ultimately, when all of that disappeared, I was still in the storm, and it felt even worse. And now I was even more tired. So our strength comes from something outside of ourselves. We ask to borrow that strength, and it gives it to us. It gives it to me. I don't know what the next 6 months of my life looks like. I don't know what the next 2 weeks is going to look like, or the next 30 days. I have a good idea about tomorrow. But past that, and I don't even know. Like, tomorrow, like, I never know what tomorrow is going to look like. I have a good idea, but tomorrow can look so different. It's crazy how that's happened. 3 weeks ago, like, okay, a month and a half ago, looked way different than what I feel like today. And yesterday is so much different than today is. On one side, I was, contacted, and it made me feel good. On the other side, what was told to me hurt my heart. And on the other side, I just feel prepared. As sad and as uncomfortable, well, I'm not uncomfortable anymore. As sad as I am, and as much as my heart hurts, I feel prepared. And I have no idea what I'm prepared for. And so, I know that when I work steps, whether I work them with my sponsor or I work them with my sponsee, I always feel different the next day. Like, once I've had time to process. And I know that this video tomorrow, like, I'm on the road for 500, so I'm going to do 40 more videos. And I thought I had 463. I have 461. This will be 462. So I want to get 500 videos in and kind of end it. A 500 video series of how to get to 2 years clean. So I really have that goal. I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to make that happen. In that 500 videos, it'll show like relationships, death. It'll show, you know, all of it. And how I scrolled all the way to the beginning. It's funny, the transformation, like, because my body has changed. When you go from like the first video and you just slowly go up, it's like my body changes, but it's like a time lapse. But 500 videos. And then if somebody ever asks me what it took me to get to 2 years, I'll say, well, one of the things was 500 videos. Then they'll say, what does that mean? And I'll say, I recorded 500 videos of my journey, just talking to the camera about everything that was going on. My personal inventory, my step 4 for y'all, or whoever's willing to watch. It's only a few people that watch, but hopefully in the future somebody can take all of this and get something out of it. I've never done 500 of anything other than, well, I've sold more than 500 cars, but yeah, so yeah, that's all I got. I'm out.